Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Vasily and I'm an INTJ. I received a message from Amto. He said, I'm an INTJ. He's met a few others in school and over the internet. And he said there are some that accept their weaknesses and emphasize their strengths. But then there are others who reject their personality and they tend to go through a destructive process. So they try to be like everyone else. They try to be extroverted. They try to, do that kind of thing. And as you know, that will just exhaust an INTJ and make them probably depressed and angry. I'm just guessing here though. So he says a friend of his, perfectly normal, sane INTJ, went to a psychiatrist, and we all know that psychiatrists love to prescribe drugs to people. That's the difference between a psychiatrist and a psychologist. Psychologists will kind of just work on your issues, whereas psychiatrists will think, I know the perfect drug for that disorder. And so this person would just fall asleep constantly and have amnesia as a side effect. Right. Well, I would stop the medication at that point. Anyway, Amto has recently met another individual who seems to be suffering from the early stages of the same process. So what does he do to help? And apparently this is in regards to a female, and she is aware of my channel, so maybe she'll see this. I don't know. From what you've said, I'm gonna straight up say, why would you go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist just because you're not like everyone else? That's not right. If there's something seriously wrong with you, like you have ADD, bipolar, OCD, anxiety, something like that, and it's significantly affecting your life to the point where you can't function, and there's nothing that you can personally do about it, as in you can't work on it yourself, you don't see any options, you can't even force yourself to see any options, your friends can't help you, your family can't help you, and you have exhausted all of those options. And I really emphasize the word exhausted. You have beaten the dead horse, which is those options, over and over, and they're not working. Then you go see a psychologist. If the psychologist doesn't work after 6 to 12, let's say 6 to 24 months, then you go see a psychiatrist. You do not get on the drugs. You do not take medications for your personality or things like that. I have anxiety. I have social anxiety, or so I think. I self-diagnosed, but it feels a bit like fight or flight in a crowded situation. Most of the time I just run away. But you see, this isn't really destroying my life. I wouldn't go see a psychologist for it. Apparently cognitive behavioral therapy would solve my issues, but I function as a human being quite well. And I assume that you do. I have a feeling that neither of you, as in the female and Amto, have really any significant problems if you compare yourself to a total nutbag who's, look, you know within yourself what you have to do. If you think you have to see a psychologist, if you really feel good about seeing a psychologist, like, yes, this is the path to my recovery, like if you know that in yourself, go do that. But probably it's not the case. Maybe you'll find a psychologist that you really like, but you could probably find a friend that you really like and talk to them instead. Just think about this. Imagine if you had a friend who you were so comfortable with, you could share anything. Like, you could tell them that you want to kill yourself, that you want to kill your family, like whatever. Just tell them whatever, and they won't judge you at all. They'll just listen, and their listening will be completely empty. And you could probably ask someone to be that way with you, just to, you could ask someone just to listen to you. No judgments whatsoever. They're probably going to have judgments within their own mind, but it's acting on that which makes a difference. So if you want a summarized version of what I've just said, no drugs. Do not get on medication. Unless you absolutely, it's the last option. Food will help you more than drugs will, right? Eat right. Eat right, exercise, get enough sleep, have a positive mind, and damn, if you're not somewhat healthy after that, I don't know, probably, get on the drugs for a while, and then see what happens when you wean yourself back off them. But sunlight, exercise, diet, sleep, positive thinking, that's really the 5 things you should get sorted first. Then you go see a psych. Then you go see and get drugs. I've repeated myself a few times in this video. I've kind of rambled a little bit, but I think you get the point. And hopefully this helps you. Yeah. I'm not going to... If you have any further questions, if you disagree with what I said, let me know. Leave a comment, and I will respond to you. Thank you.